Classic surface and shape. Do you want to not touch
Thanks for being here, you guys and gals. The art is absolutely beautiful, and we get to find out a lot about this art here coming up in just a few. So Modern Gallery, I want to thank Denise. She is the owner, proprietor of this lovely establishment, and her Can't Live Without assistant, Carmi. They are pouring the wine back here, and it seems to keep flowing and probably will keep flowing all evening. So this is a really special time for me because Lord Lieberg is sponsoring this art walk, and I love theater. So tonight, at Modern Gallery, I get to introduce a very lovely lady, and I get to find out more about her as well because I just actually met her. Her name is Frances Bronette. Many of you might think that, oh, Storm, you're pronouncing that wrong, as I often do many words, but it's not Bronet, it's Bronette. And she will explain that in just a minute. But she is the Dean of the AAA Art College at the University of Oregon. Did I say that right?
Well, I'll fix that.
Okay, she'll fix that. That's what she's for. And she's going to tell you a little bit about the art and then some artists, and we'll find out more. So without any further ado, Frances Bronette.
It's really hard to resist because I'm from Montreal, so it just seems that it would be appropriate that it would be Bronette. But welcome everybody. I'm the Dean of the School of Architecture and Allied Arts, and for those of you who don't know, and I've said this 1,000 times, so bear with me, there's architecture, landscape architecture, interior architecture, historic preservation, planning, public policy and management, product design, arts administration, all the fine arts, and art history. And so it's extraordinary, and we have relationships with many other units on the campus. We have cinema studies and digital arts and ecological design. But tonight, I'm very proud to present to you some of the work that is embedded in this extraordinary store. And you have to figure out what belongs to the students and what was designed by our students and what actually is stuff that's for sale. Now, again, you might want to buy some of the stuff that the students made, and they will negotiate with you. But they have learned a little bit, by the way, after doing this for a couple of years. And I do want to thank Denise, who's been extraordinary in thinking of the work that the students are doing in art and applied art as something that could be presented in this magnificent venue. And I don't know how many people realize this, but I have friends who come from Italy who think this looks like Spazio Sette in Rome. And I think that's really one of the unique gems of this place in Eugene. So let me introduce one of the faculty members who ran the lighting design studio. These luminaires actually work as well as are beautiful, and so your goal is to figure out which ones are by the students and which ones are actually for sale. So Ehab El-Ziadi, who is right here, is the faculty member in architecture who teaches this extraordinary class. And we have product design, which is taught by John Arndt and Wan He, and I don't know if they're here yet, but they will be. And then I'm going to bring up the two.
And then Peter here is another product design student. He's going to just briefly talk about some of the stools over here.
Sure. Hi guys. The other two studios were focused on making these stools. Some you can see down here. This was a class working with metal. And they were based kind of from inspired structures elsewhere. And then the other class, most of which is up here, is working with wood, based a little bit more on a biomimicry side of stuff, but everything should hold up to 200 pounds, so feel free to sit on everything. Except for mine.
Okay, now, so I was thinking we'd take the microphone down to each piece and have somebody talk a little bit about the different pieces. Is that
Sure.
Does that sound good? Okay, so here we go. I need a student to tell me about this one. Is anybody here that can describe this? Excellent. And your name?
My name is Mary. Yes, so this is called Mouse Nest. And we made this out of recycled apple mice. They're, if you know, they're the ones that have like just the one button and no scroll wheel, so nobody uses them anymore. So we recycled them, took off the clear plastic covers, and put trace paper on the inside so it filters the light. And we used a fluorescent, compact fluorescent bulb, which uses a low amount of energy. And the space we were designed for is a conference room at U of L, and it already has really nice daylight. So we wanted to just create a light that would have nice ambient light and would create some nice lighting effects in the room.
Excellent. Okay, so Mary will be up here to explain mouse nest, is that right?
Yes.
When you make your way up here. Okay, now I'm going down here to the next light, I believe.
And we wanted to visualize the music waves in a physical form, so compression waves and specifically, and as you can see, the translucent pulse in and out. That's our name, Pulse.
So Pulse, and they'll be right here to talk to you about that. All right, so where are we? We have another lighting upstairs, right? Okay. All right, over the corner. And I've got an artist right here to talk about it. Who's going to talk to me about that? What's your name?
Lighting luminaire that would have kind of the ornamental function in a daycare for infants in order to make sure that the lighting wasn't too glaring because of their developing eyes, and also just for visual cues.
Well, it's beautiful, and they'll be waiting up here if you have any other questions about the lighting up here. So, oh, we have the camera light. All right, so I know a lot of you can't see the camera light, but don't forget to come up on the landing and check out the camera light. We're here. If we quiet down just a little bit, we'll be able to hear the artist talk about the camera light. Who do we have?
Hi, I'm Ati, and we decided to design a directional light for reading. And we thought of kind of the experience of like having a reading light, and part of our main idea with using a camera was to be able to adjust the lighting level. And so the lens is actually a fully working lens, so feel free to play with the aperture and the focus and all. It's fully working, just be kind of gentle with it. And yeah, thank you.
This is one not to miss, folks. I know there's not a lot of room up here, but as Monty said, that the camera light can be adjusted. You can kind of play with it, experiment with it, but be gentle. Okay, now we're going on to the stools. Is that right? Okay, the stools. These are the stools made out of wood that I heard can hold up to 200 pounds. Who's going to talk to me about those?
Hello everyone, my name is Chris. It was inspired by Lamborghini and their extreme angles that everyone would come to recognize. It's supposed to wake you up in the morning. So when you approach the stool, you'll notice that no matter what angle you approach it, it seems like a certain corner isn't supported. So you're a little sketched out about putting your feet on it. But they all are supported, it's just the view. So feel free to walk around it and use it, sit on it. But to get a real sense of it, just walk around it and you'll get the extreme inspiration there as well. Thank you.
Excellent, thank you. All right, folks, so now we have one more set of stools to talk about. I'm going to make my way down to the...
Draw on your stool. Very nice.
If you didn't hear, there's a stop sign stool down here. It was inspired by a stop sign, and you can put your pencils in there and be all ready to do your homework. Is there anyone here that can talk about the wire stools for us? Hello. Okay.
Alright, we used a bent rod, and we use a tack welding technique. Most of these structures, well, all these structures, but one is able to hold up to 200 pounds. Mine actually didn't make the 200-pound cut. It's a little tall, but then we took it and got powder coating, and overall it's a little bit strong with the powder coating. Yeah.
Great. Okay. To say thanks and remind you where they are and how they were all made.
So thank you everybody, I know you're on your way, and I want to thank the students of the School of Architecture and